I want to encourage some of you who are like, yeah, that personal development, I mean, I just don't have time for that. It's too expensive. I can't take the time away from my kids and all. Like, get on board. When Cameron and I used to go out on listing appointments, either individually or together, I used to spend on average 4 to 6 hours in preparation for a listing appointment. Why? I wasn't going to leave it to chance. In other words, you've got to approach that listing, you've got to walk into that home more knowledgeable about the neighborhood, about what has listed, what's pending, what's sold, the specifics of what those houses look like, than the consumer. Like literally, with what we prepare for you, if you combine putting some effort into really understanding and researching what's going on in the market, think about some of the advantages that we have. We're the top rated firm in the region. What does that mean to a seller? The consumers who have worked with us are saying phenomenal things, and more of them are doing so than any other firm in the region. That's a benefit to you, right? When a consumer calls in, what happens? It gets answered. Why? Because that call is distributed to multiple agents simultaneously. What's the advantage to the seller of that?
That we capture anybody looking at their house.
They'll be captured. We are partnered with Zillow. Do you know that nearly 80% of consumers use a Zillow product to search for homes? When that consumer inquires about a property, 80+% of the time, where does that inquiry go? Your office. Like literally, if you can't get a listing appointment, right? What are some other tools that we have? Have we created videos that showcase our clients' testimonials? Look, if you don't have one, could you use one of your peers? Absolutely. Video communicates at a rate of 10,000 times more effectively than a written testimonial or anything like of that nature, right? So you have all of these things lined up to help you succeed. The thing that we can't do, we can't make you do the research. We can't make you do the personal development that leads to you walking into an encounter and having a highest degree of certainty and energy that consumer, that seller goes, whoa, I should really pay attention to what Heather has to say here. She shows up differently, right? And look, I want to encourage some of you who are like resistant to participating in our culture, who kind of exist out on the periphery. I want to encourage some of you who are like, yeah, that personal development, I mean, I just don't have time for that. It's too expensive. I can't take the time away from my kids and all. Like, get on board.